Well, howdy folks. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I actually have another review for you. I know I'm doing too many reviews, got too much junk. I'm gonna have to do some other stuff. I got some other stuff coming up, so make sure you subscribe and like. I bought the car phone mount. So I'm going to install this in my truck and talk about what I had and how I like this. Now I will have a follow-up to this review down the road. It'll be a real short one. Maybe a month or two down the road. So if you want to get that, make sure you subscribe. I have a special guest with me today. I have Sonny. Hi, Sonny. There he is. Say hello to everyone, Sonny. So Sonny and I are doing this review. I'm sitting out here in my truck, obviously, and we're not going anywhere. He thinks we're going somewhere. So let me talk about what I have. Now, in my car, right now, I have this phone holder that clips on the air conditioning vent, and you know, it holds my phone, but it's hard to get the phone out of it. You gotta click this button 500 times, it seems like, to get the thing to turn loose. And then it's clipped on the vent, and it's floppy. I can only have it in this spot because if I move it over to this vent, then it blocks my air coming to me, so I don't like that. So I have to keep it over there. I actually bought one for my truck as well. The problem with my truck is the vents are really wide. The vent covers that you clip it to, those clips are not big enough to clip on these vents, so it wouldn't work. So for my truck, I went and bought a phone holder that goes in your cup holder. Now this works. It's hard to do one-handed because when you put your phone in, then you have to push those down up there, and it's really difficult. And then to release it, I never can remember how to release it, but there's a button up top and you release it. It's big and bulky. It gets in the way. My gear shifter's here, and then my cup is here if I have one. And then there's also the other issue, and that is if you and your wife are going somewhere and you both have a drink, it's almost like being in a Wild West gunfight or something, trying to figure out who is going to get that one cup holder. Usually I let her win. So let's take a look at this car phone mount. So it does come in the box with this. It has wet wipes. These are the metal portion that goes on your, I believe it goes on your phone or your phone case. They're real slim. And then, of course, the car mount itself. This is the part you put on your dash. It's nice looking. It's magnetic, obviously. It's got a pretty powerful magnet on it. Let's see how close I get to these before it picks them up. So my concern is how well would this part hold up sticking to my dash? It's supposed to be pretty good. So we're going to find out. Now for my truck, I don't drive it very often. In fact, my boat pretty much stays connected to it. Most of the time when I drive it, I have the boat going to the lake. There are some other times that I use it to haul stuff back and forth to the house or, you know, anything like that, obviously. But it sets a lot because I have a company car and I drive it a lot, which we're going to put one in there too. So there'll be a couple of good tests that I'll be putting this through, because you know how vehicles are when you let them sit. They're sitting in the driveway, they're closed up, they don't get ventilation very well, things fall apart. I guess that happens to all of us. I'll have that part to look at, along with the fact that I use my car a lot. So I'm in and out of it. It gets good ventilation, the air's on, all that good stuff. And see how it holds up traveling down the road a lot, because I drive it quite a bit. So one of the hardest parts on this for me is going to be to find the right location. You really need to be thinking about where you might want to mount it on your dash. So I have this screen here that obviously I use. I don't want to block it. I might be able to go, well, see, that's what I mean. This is the hard part. So yeah, there's things I don't want to really block, so I don't care about that part of it. So I guess it would work there, and I can also do it this way when I put it on. So that might be my best location here, because I don't want to come in here. That wouldn't be good. And I don't want to block my AC vent. Yeah. See, that's the problem with these, is you're limited on where you can put them. But I'm just going to put it right here and see how it does. So here we go. We're going to install it right now. So we have the wet wipes and dry wipes. Really all you do is clean the area really well where you want to put it. Even if it doesn't look dirty, there could be a film or greasy stuff, who knows what, all on that area. Pretty clean. Then you take the dry wipe and dry it off. That way you can just put it on. You don't have to wait for it to dry, because you're using a dry wipe, so it will be dry. Now in the directions, it does say to install the car mount and add strong pressure for 30 seconds. So when we put this car mount on, we're going to push on it for 30 seconds. And then it says to wait a half hour before you actually use the car mount. You also have to install the metal plate on your case or on your phone. It says if you have a really thick case, you're going to have to put this on the outside of your case. If you have a thin case, you can put it on the inside of it. And you need to clean your case just like you do the dash. I'm going to peel this, clean my dash, peel this off. It's interesting. And then I'm going to put mine so that it's long ways like that. Now this will turn any way you want to turn it. And I'm just going to go right there. Push on it for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to hear this. 28, 29, 30. So there's what it looks like on the dash. It looks fine. It's low profile. Without my phone up there, I have access to everything. So that's good. So my phone case, see, I don't know what's thick and what's thin. I mean, that's kind of different for everyone, isn't it? I mean, I'm pretty thick. And I think everyone would agree to that. But when it comes to a phone case, I don't know. I think I might have a thick one. Now, when you order this, you can order extra of these, which I've done. And if you can remember where you put them in your house, when you get a new phone case, you can just put a new one on there. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and mount that. The back of my phone case is already black, so it won't be too bad. So I'm just going to wipe this thing down on the back side. It's about ready to get replaced anyway, I think. Man, it's dirty too. That's why you got to wipe it down. Take the dry wipe. Take the magnetic car mount. Take the sticker off. If you can get it. These are not easy. And if you can see that, you almost can't even tell there's adhesive on there. It's really thin. So it's not bulky at all. It's a really thin piece of metal. I'm going to mount mine this way because I have the mount oriented this way. I'm going to mount this the same way because most of the time I'll have my phone straight up and down and not like this while I'm going down the road. So I'm going to mount it that way on there. And yeah, it's crooked. Oh well. It is what it is. Once it's stuck, it's stuck. But you also, once you put it on there, you need to hold it down. Now my phone case is not perfectly smooth across there. It's got a little bit of a texture to it. If yours has a little bit of a texture, you're probably going to be fine. I'm just going to push it in there good. Hold the other side, push it up against it really good for 30 seconds. 28, 29, 30. So other than the fact that I didn't take the time and get it real straight, I put mine just a little bit closer to the bottom half of my phone case, just because this is about where it will be when it goes on. I wanted it up higher on the dash like that, rather than down lower. It blocks less of my screen that way. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm going to go put one of these in my car, and then we'll put it to the test and see if it works. Be back in about a half hour. I don't know if Sonny will be here or not. We'll see. All right, so it's been about a half hour since I put this on the dash and on the back of my phone case. So we're going to see how well it holds up on the dash. Let's take a look. Sticks right up there, good. That's pretty good. That doesn't, it's more difficult to pull your phone straight off. I mean, you almost need to twist, well, not even twist it. You need to just flip it like that. So this is stuck. Yeah, that's stuck on, seems to be stuck on there real well. So I like that you can put it on there like that. You can rotate it if you want. You can also turn that like that. Have your phone that way. Yeah. I mean, actually, you wouldn't even need to rotate that. That's a wide, even that way, it sticks on there really well. Like I said a while ago, so far, without going down the road with anything, I like it. Other than the fact that you can't find a good spot to put it sometimes. But we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you know how it works out in the future. So if you all will help me remember, I'm going to put all my extra pieces in one of these little boxes, and it is going right in the console of my truck. So if I happen to ask you down the road where those parts are because I'm moving my phone holder or because I got a different vehicle, help me remember. So after installing both of those, what do I think of it so far? I actually feel like it's a pretty heavy duty magnet, and I think it's going to hold really well. The cons are you're very limited on locations where you can put probably any of these type of dash mounts like this, especially when you have the sticky pad underneath it. I know there's some that you can hang on your mirror. There's some you can has a suction cup for your windshield. I didn't want any of those. They just, I don't know. It didn't seem like it would be something I would like very well, so I didn't get that one. So yeah, you're limited on where you can put this. So far, I think this is going to be okay. Real world experience will come down the road. So if you want to see that part of it, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and hit the like. And if you really don't want to miss it, hit that notification bell. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. There is an Amazon link down there for this specific one. So yeah, however you want, if you're interested in it. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I pray that God blesses you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.